Okay, this story honestly makes me want to crash out. But as I said, as I said, um, the world has been deceived. The world has been deceived. We live in a world that thinks love is love, even if it's between two people of the same gender. On top of that, we live in a world that is gender confused. We live in a world that seemingly, systematically mocks Jesus Christ. Ultimately, what it comes down to is that we live in a fallen world. A world that hates God because the world is ran by the little g God, which is the devil. And I'm trying not to necessarily blame the people. And this has been a great struggle for me as I'm once again resisting the urge to crash out. I can feel the urge to want to crash out, and I'm resisting it. Because I know it would feel great to crash out, and it would be great content, but it's not all about satisfying your flesh or making great content. It's not necessarily about the people, it's about the spirits. Because we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Now, Cynthia Erivo, the same woman who was green, casting spells on Ariana Grande and crying in every interview about how she feels accepted as a Black woman in the LGBT community, is now the same woman, and when I say she was green, it's because she was a witch in Wicked. That's why she was green. She has now been casted to play Jesus Christ. In Jesus Christ Superstar. Now, this is the first time I heard about Jesus Christ Superstar. I didn't know, I had never heard about this. It's like a play. So the last time they did this, it was live on NBC. And John Legend was Jesus Christ in the play. But now, for reasons unknown to myself, I could speculate. Let's speculate a little bit. Why would they cast Cynthia Erivo to play Jesus? Number one, she's a woman. Now, I don't have anything against women. I actually am married to a woman whom I love dearly. But Jesus was, in fact, not a woman. Number two, I'm just going to say it. She's a gay woman. Jesus was, in fact, not gay. So either they believe in their hearts that we serve a God who directly contradicts himself in his word, specifically in Genesis, that we just read. We just read Genesis. We just read. What happened? What did God do? God literally gave the perfect environment to Adam. Perfect, 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 perfect. It was perfect. It was perfect. Adam, you got all these trees, all this fruit, all this food, anything you want. Go to the tree, any tree except for one tree, Adam, except for one. You can go to any tree except one and just eat from it. Just pick and eat from it. And it's gonna grow back. And you could just keep picking and eating. On top of that, every good tree that is pleasing to your eye, I'm gonna put it in the garden so that you have a good view. You're gonna have the most amazing, tremendous view ever, Adam. This is all for you. This is all for you. But Adam, I realized that it's not good for you to be alone. It ain't good for you to be alone. It ain't good. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make you a person. I'm gonna make you a person, Adam. But not just any person. Not just any person. I'm gonna make you somebody. And then what did God do? We just read it. We just read it. We just read it. But hold on. Why not do it one more time? What did God do? Right? Because I think this is so incredible. This is so incredible. What did God do? He took one of the ribs from Adam, and the rib that the Lord God had taken from the man, he made into a woman. The rib that the Lord God had taken from the man, he made into a woman and brought her to the man. Then the man said this. The man said this. This is like the first love song ever created from Adam, who was so excited and joyful to have a woman. He said, "This is at last bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man." It's perfect. It fits. It works. It's perfect. It's perfect. So either they believe that God is just a walking contradiction, or they really believe this stuff, or they really just hate Christianity, or they just think it's a fairy tale. Maybe they just think it's a fairy tale. Maybe they just think the Bible is a fairy tale. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they just think the Bible is a fairy tale and it's all just stories. It's all made up. It didn't actually happen. And so they can just do whatever they want to do with this story. Maybe that's what they think. I don't know what they think. I don't know what they think. It says, Cynthia Erivo is set to play Jesus Christ this summer in a production of Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice's Jesus Christ Superstar at the Hollywood Bowl. Erivo shared the news via Instagram and wrote, "Just a little busy this summer, can't wait." She's no stranger to the show, having starred as Mary Magdalene in an all-female version of the hit musical in 2020 and sung the popular number, "I Don't Know How to Love Him." What did she say on Instagram? Let me see. Cynthia Erivo. No, Cynthia Erivo. I want Instagram. What the heck is that? Cynthia Erivo. IG. There we go. What did she say on Instagram about it? Let me see. She, her. Perfect. I had no idea. I had no clue. She, her. No clue. No clue. Anyway, okay. Is this it? What's this? I don't know what she said. I don't see nothing about it. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Jesus Christ in Jesus Christ Superstar. This has got to be some type of sick joke. It's not that I wasn't even taking it serious anyway. Like the whole production itself, the whole production of Jesus Christ Superstar, I wasn't even taking that serious in the first place. But the fact that you made this decision to cast this individual, that's insane. That's insane.
You have been
amazing.
the light
You're
of the
amazing.
day. You are
truly-
such a gift.
You brought such light into the room. Thank you very much.
We're going to be playing a game today.
Lovely.
Okay.
It's a Guess the Wicked Lyrics game,
Oh,
which
fun.
I'm sure
Okay.
you will both be brilliant. And then Cynthia, for you, the line is,
I'm so grateful for her adjacent thing that we share.
that's so beautiful. And Cynthia, can I quickly ask you the same question? How has Elphaba changed you for good?
I think that before I came to this, I knew that vulnerability was one of my strong suits, but I just didn't. I didn't get to show it as much. I didn't get to share it as much. Why am I feeling emotional about that?
Because it's true. And it's a lot.
I'm feeling very emotional about that as well, because it's been a struggle for me as well.
So playing Elphaba has given me the chance to put that on the outside. I think people often assume that I'm strong. I think people assume that that my feelings aren't at the surface.
God forgive me. Do they kiss in private?
And I think Elphaba's allowed me to really show that I'm a person.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm crashing out now. Let's stop. This is when y'all say, oh, Nick, you really just be gossiping all the time. I get it. I understand. I'm working on it. Sometimes I have fun and I can't help it. Do you ever do something and you're having fun and you kind of get a little carried away? Hold on.
That's why there are two. Growing up and going to a Roman Catholic school,
There's a girls' school too.
all girls school, yeah. It's strange because I never really felt like I totally fit in there. I believe in God, but that sort of upbringing felt really restrictive. It's so rules based that you sort of miss the most important parts of what that faith is supposed to be about. And I've kind of let a lot of the Roman Catholic side of me go, just so that I could create space for me to form my own understanding of what my faith should encompass. Right now, I'm really clear on the fact that the most important part of my faith is to be as loving and kind to people, to the world around me, not just people, but I have 2 dogs, so I take care of them in the most loving way because I want that to come back to me. So
I almost got canceled because I said dogs ain't going to heaven. Am I wrong? Am I? Never mind. Y'all gonna cancel me again.
I believe things are really cyclical. So if you give out something good, that good will come back. You might not see it immediately, but somehow it finds its way back to you. It's like a boomerang, you know? And I think that that is really the most important part of my faith. And I sort of encouraged myself to really take in what is around me so that I can appreciate the wonderful things that come. You know, the fact that I can get up in the morning and go for a run and it's really sunny. And as I passed by, there are when I ran, there were 2 women who stopped, and I saw them as they passed by, they smiled, and I was like, that's lovely of them smiling. And I ran back and somehow managed to meet them again. How? I don't know. I ran 3 miles. I, just did a quick 5K, but somehow on my way back, we met in exactly the same place. And they stopped and I stopped and they just were like, we were just really impressed. I don't know what are you running for? I'm running for the marathon. I was, oh, okay, great. And just those little interactions are really special because, well, we don't know how either one of us is going to influence our day. And to be able to stop and have that conversation with the person and smile at someone and, have something positive means that we've put something positive into each other. And I think that that is really what it is about for me. And I understand that everyone has their own understanding of faith. But for me, Roman Catholicism sort of doesn't give us the space to embrace all of that.
It's always really interesting hearing someone's reflection in
That's the only thing I could find about her faith. That was the only thing I could find about her faith. That's all I could find. Oh, that's my pastor. Okay. What happened? Oh, you don't like Jay Shetty? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. That's what she said. So here's the thing. I'm sorry. I'm looking at oh gosh. I'm looking at an insane thumbnail. Okay. Remember what I said. I'm trying not to make it about the person because it's all spiritual. And this world is desperately trying to deceive and manipulate and confuse people as it relates to God, the one true God. The world has no problem advocating for all these false religions, but when it comes to Christianity, the world is very calculated as to how they attack it and the methods that they do and participate in that attack. And this is another example. So who knows? I'll probably end up watching it just based on pure curiosity. Because I'm actually genuinely curious to see what they're going to do with her in that role as Jesus Christ. I'm very curious to see how they use her in that spot and what type of manipulation they implore during that performance. I'm very curious. Anywho, that's all I got for that story.